Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Dark Sense back with a brand new video. In today's video, we got kind of wrote out the list, but we got WWE versus TNA. So I just more or less just got a list of matches here. I want to say it's a list of over 20 matches, just matches that I think would be really really cool for WWE and TNA's partnership that they got going on right now. I have a couple NXT people listed in here, not too many. But yeah, so I'm kind of gonna go over like the lesser names first, but I'm gonna just so yeah. Alright. So we got Pete Dunne versus Sami Callihan, which I'm pretty sure has happened on the Indies before, but that just seems like a banger of a match. Like both are just that and like a death style type of match would be pretty cool. So Pete Dunne and Sami would be dope. Ilya Dragunov versus Sami Callihan would be another good match. Sami Callihan puts on really quality matches. Like he just had a good match at Against All Odds against Jonathan Gresham. It was a really good match. So Sami Callihan against Gunther, which I think would be another hard hitting fight. Sami Callihan versus Finn Balor. Again, I think would be pretty cool. Finn Balor, more on the, I'd say agile side, with his like suicide dives and stuff. But Sami can dive when he wants to. So, a little unorthodox for their styles, but the only reason I kind of put this just because I miss him as El Generico, but I think it's to be a banger of a match. Sami versus Sami. Sami Callihan versus Sami Zayn. So I think that'd be a pretty cool match. Next is more or less the battle of social media, pretty much. Joe Hendry versus Logan Paul. Just pretty straightforward. Even though I think both are mid-card level guys, but that U.S. title would make it pretty interesting. So yeah. Lexis King versus Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali is the X Division champion of TNA right now. Lexis King, formerly known as Brian Pillman Jr., I think just puts on quality matches in itself too. To be honest, I think Mustafa Ali against any of the former AEW guys that they got going on right there. Ethan Page would be a good match. Shawn Spears would be a good match. Trick Williams would be a good match. Trick Williams can put on a match with pretty much anybody from there. AJ Styles versus Eddie Edwards. Not much to say there. Styles being a TNA original, and a legit original. I mean, Edwards has been there for years, but Styles is, that's the company he built, man. I'm still hoping I can see AJ Styles in TNA. That's just what I've always wanted again. Like when they did that, I want to say it was Slammiversary or Bound for Glory like a couple years ago, where they had him on TV, like they had him doing like the little I want to say it was like a congratulatory like thing or whatever. That just blew my mind. I was like, damn, like I never really thought I'd be sitting here watching a TNA product and seeing AJ Styles back on my screen. Like that just blew my mind. I was like, damn, like that's crazy. So yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go over the next couple matches. Let's see, I don't want to do this. The Usos versus the Rascals. There's not much to say there. Yeah, I think it'd be a banger of a tag team match. The Usos always put on quality matches. The ABC versus DIY. ABC is Chris Bay and Ace Austin versus DIY, which is Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. I think that'd be a really good match. ABC versus Awesome Truth would actually be a solid match. Our Truth still puts on pretty decent matches, considering his age. Usos versus ABC. I think the ABC are literally like legitimately one of the best tag teams in TNA right now, and I think they can put on a quality match with whoever. You could do the system versus the bloodline if you want to go down that route eventually. Like if they really are just gonna do like everybody like cross promotion like that, or if they're strictly just sticking to NXT. Bailey versus Jordan Grace, I think would be a pretty interesting match. Jade Cargill versus Jordan Grace, which I think has been pretty heavily favored as the one that people want to see. Next, I have two matches for a TNA knockout. Her name is Killer Kelly. She's really, really good in the ring. I think she would have a good match against Cora Jade and Rhea Ripley. I don't think there's much to say about that. Killer Kelly is, from what I saw when she debuted in Impact, I thought she would be like one of the like hard hitting knockouts, and she pretty much delivers any match she has. So Rosemary versus Rhea Ripley, just like that goth aesthetic, kind of feel for that type of match. And just Rosemary's pretty mysterious, Rhea's pretty mysterious when she wants to be, so I think that'd be cool. I initially had Mike Bailey versus Ricochet, but Ricochet is set to be a free agent soon, rumored to be either AEW or, funny enough, Impact. So we might actually get Mike Bailey and Ricochet in Impact. But for the current roster, they got Mike Bailey and Dragunov would be a solid match. Braun Strowman versus PCO, just two big giants going at it pretty much. Braun Breaker versus Rhino. I know Rhino's kind of there up in age, but I think it'd be cool to give the WWE crowd a pop, because seeing Rhino back on their TV, and Braun Breaker's been killing it with just what he's been doing currently. So let's see. I'm pretty much almost done. Cody Rhodes versus Moose. Champ versus champ, pretty much. Just straightforward. Nick Nemeth versus Carmelo Hayes. You could go down the route of, Nick Nemeth versus Randy Orton, or Nick Nemeth versus, whoever, but it's like, I want to see, somebody he hasn't really fought. Nick Nemeth versus Trick Williams would be solid. There's a lot of routes they can go down there. That's pretty much it for my dream matches that I want to see with TNA and WWE. I pretty much hand wrote them down because I don't really have a way to memorize them. But let me know what you guys think down below. For me, I mean, TNA has just kind of been there as, obviously second fiddle to WWE, but it's just something that I'm really, really happy that they're finally doing. Yeah, it does kind of suck that they're limiting it to just NXT. Like, obviously, I want the main roster, to be involved, because I think it could gel and it could mesh into something like 10 times as crazy. Like when back in the day when they did EV2, ECW's, nod to invading TNA with Tommy Dreamer, Sabu, Rob Van Dam, Raven, like those guys in TNA. Like, it was cool, but it's like, those weren't really the hard. Okay, ECW is cool. I'm not going to no disrespect here. ECW is cool. But in terms of hard-hitting guys, everyone wanted to see the WWE guys. Everyone wanted to see the Jeff Hardys. Everyone wants to see the AJ Styles back in TNA. Jeff Hardy's back in TNA, dude. We can get these type of matches. Nick Nemeth and Jeff Hardy. We can get Jeff Hardy and, to be honest, Eddie Edwards. Jeff Hardy and, dude, why not? Joe Hendry. Jeff Hardy and Moose. Jeff Hardy and, damn, I don't even know. To be honest, like Jeff Hardy and Chris Bay. Like, Chris Bay and Ace Austin as singles competitors work. Ace Austin is he's a former X Division champion. Like, I think TNA can succeed and, build itself up again and be able to maintain itself. But so that's pretty much it for WWE and TNA. If you guys have any suggestions down below on what you guys think, if you guys want a WWE versus AEW, WWE versus TNA versus AEW, TNA versus AEW. Whatever you guys want, let me know in the comments down below. Later, y'all.